Welcome to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today we are making sweet potato muffins. So today we are making these sweet potato muffins by request of our membership community. So how this recipe came about, I have an idea wall in my office where I keep all of the things that I think about that I want to make, or something that just sounds interesting to me. And then I have another side of ones that after I figure out how to make that recipe, I put it on the side of the wall that says ready to film. So I have another side that's just the idea side. So a few weeks ago I asked our supporting members to vote on which recipe they would like me to work on next. And ta-da! It was sweet potato muffins. Really surprised me. I would not have guessed that in a million years. But this recipe is so delicious, you're gonna love it. So let's just hop right in. I have 2 cups of oats here, so that's what we're gonna start with, because we need to make that into flour. So these are just regular gluten-free oats. So if you have a gluten intolerance, make sure you buy the oats on the package. It says gluten-free, because most oats are not gluten-free unless you specifically buy those ones. So we're just going to grind this until it's in a flour. Okay, and whenever I grind my oats into flour, I don't go super far. I don't make it into a really super fine flour. I still leave some of the grit to it because I like it to have a little bit more substance and all that fiber still there, right? Okay, so we're gonna put that in a bowl, and then we're gonna add to that 1 tablespoon of flax, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And if you want the complete recipe, that will be in the details in a link below. And then we're just going to gently stir that up. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Now we're going to do the wet ingredients. So we're going to start with our medjool dates, or dates. These happen to be deglette dates. You can use either kind of date. I would prefer the medjool dates, but they're really, really expensive right now. So I got the deglette, and it's 1 cup. And I think the medjool ones are just a teeny bit sweeter. Okay, and that's 1 cup of mashed sweet potato. And it really doesn't matter what kind of sweet potato you use. They all have that nice creamy substance that you need. That's the bulk of your muffin. I like to use the orange kind just for that color, for all that beta carotene. Then we have 1 cup of plant milk. And I'm using soy milk. We really like soy milk here, but you can use whatever plant milk you have. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we have 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And this is completely optional, but I really think it helps give the muffins a little extra lift, because when you use oat flour and when you're not using refined sugar, sometimes baked goods have a hard time getting that fluffy rise. So it helps to add that apple cider vinegar in there. Okay, now we're just going to blend this until it's smooth. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share with you some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is a crowd-funded show, which means our content is made possible by the generous patronage of our paid membership community, who share our common goal to teach the world how to easily and permanently switch to a plant-based diet. My husband and I create these free weekly cooking shows to share all of the delicious recipes that we use every day in our own family kitchen. Our recipes are now used by hundreds of thousands of viewers every month from all over the world. Our paid memberships offer additional perks like access to our ebooks and in-depth courses, including our 28 Days Plant-Based Made Easy course, where we offer a step-by-step guide to making the switch to a fully plant-based diet. With meal plans, shopping guides, daily learning materials, and over 65 of our favorite recipes. If you love our content and find it's helping you to live your best plant-based life, please join us on our mission to share this life-changing message with the world and become a supporting member today by following the link in the description. It is the continued growth of our supporting member community that makes this show possible. Okay, let's get back to the show. Okay, that looks really good. There might be a little, let's see if there's any chunks of dates in there. No, it's good enough. Okay, now we're gonna pour that into our bowl with the dry ingredients. Get all of that goodness out of there. And you're gonna be surprised. Usually, you know, plant-based or whole food muffins tend to be a little heavy or grainy. These are not. These are rich and kind of fluffy or spongy almost. Just delicious. Okay, so we're gonna mix that up. And even if you have, there's a couple little chunks of date still in there, that's okay. Because when you get that little bite of date in your muffin, it's just a little extra sweetness. It's so delicious and it's so good for you. Okay, there's our batter, see? I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And I already have my muffin tin here lined with muffin sheets or papers. And you can put that in your regular muffin tin if you want to lightly oil it or something, but I don't like using oil. I don't even have it here really in my kitchen, so it's easier to just use these papers. And then it keeps my muffin tin clean. So you're just gonna fill these, you know, almost up to the top, because they don't get super fluffy or ooze over, so you can fill them pretty full. Okay, I'm gonna finish filling these and then we'll pop them in the oven. Okay guys, they're out of the oven. So they were in there for about 25 minutes. So I'm gonna let these cool for a couple minutes, grab myself a glass of soy milk, and I'll meet you at the table. Okay, on to the tasting part. So let's just peel this off. Yum. These are still just very slightly warm from the oven. Oh, yum. If you can see that. Look at that, nice and spongy. Oh, yum. These are so good. They're spongy, are hearty. You can have these for breakfast or for a snack. They'd be great to just, you know, toss one in a container and toss it in your bag to go to work. So delicious. So be sure to like this, guys, and I'll see you next time.